5 Ashes series, and the exact moment that Australia fucked it all up. Let's just take a moment before play gets underway to recall what's written in the history books. After trouncing England in the first test at Lord's, disaster strikes Richie Ponting's men at Edgbaston. Before play even gets stepped on a ball in the warm-up and did something nasty to one of those skinny little ankles of his. And to make matters worse, Ricky Ponting wins the toss and sends England in, a move Shane Warne will later refer to as the worst decision I ever played under. Pretty strong words from a man who admitted to liking his former skipper Steve Waugh, about as much as a cat likes water. Despite these numerous setbacks, Michael Kaspervich and Brett Lee's last wicket partnership brings Australia an agonising 2 runs short of victory, levelling the series at 1-1, and eventually costs, which England have inexplicably won and sent Australia in. Hopefully there'll be no dodgy one-hand off the bat dismissals at the death, and Ricky Ponting and his Chargers can right a terrible wrong in Ashes folklore. I was sitting in this very seat those 5 gripping days of cricket back in '05, and I couldn't be happier about sitting here again. Not even if I wasn't really sitting here, it was just some pisshead doing a pretty disrespectful imitation. Players and umpires are out there in the centre now, and I'll hand you over now to Bids for the start of the innings.
Wow, thanks for that, Richie.
Tell you what, good to have Richie with us.
Good to see England making the same mistake that
Unbelievable. That's a real twist.
Haven't learnt from history there. Oh.
Harmison immediately starting with that 0-5 round the wicket line.
Yeah, and he's keeping it short again. So sort of used to with him. Okay.
Overthrow it. All over it.
Okay, so we've got the square leg and the mid wicket. No one at mid on.
Waiting.
No. Richie just staggered off downstairs with a bottle of red.
Right, okay, we might hopefully hear from him at lunch if he's not too sauced up. Might plug the line in.
Wasn't expecting it, no. And another one that's really in that slot. If he keeps bowling there. The better ball.
Cobwebs out. Yeah, I think I'm going to be very defensive early here.
Yeah.
Lovely. There's a bit out.
Yeah, not an awful lot. A little bit.
Yep.
Shot. Underway.
Nicely. up a bit here. It's better.
No. Matthew Hayden using the celebrated, one of the
I was wondering where the nickels had gone, but thankfully Langer's got his Kookaburra bubble.
shot.
Seems to be working the bat though. Not
Big
doing
Gant
much.
special.
Not doing much to those. They just feel the same sort of mistake we felt in that test.
Oof.
Bit of swing there.
Pretty true bounce.
Very true bounce, which I like.
Yeah. Or I reckon.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Nice fast outfield.
Unbelievable. Just like the parallel. Because, I mean, that's just a big ant feature, them choosing to do the wrong thing on an obvious. Not that cloudy, though. Fair bit of blue up there.
Hogard's really trying to trap you with that full one here.
Waiting.
No.
Which is weird because it's your analog sticks that do it, so
Yeah.
how they could somehow be pressed in a direction, I'm not too sure.
All of those are probably playable into the onside, but wouldn't mind getting JL into the green here. Oh, tempted me there. Unremarkable ball.
It is just swinging a fair bit.
It's a good ball. Good ball to finish. Army.
Back on the overside, which will make that leg side shot a bit
Yeah,
harder.
well played. Very well played.
Must have figured out after being hit for 3 fours last over to... Ooh,
Easy bits.
fuck. Plenty of pace.
That leading edge is such bullshit, though.
Yeah, it was I'd say too short to be trying to glance that.
Nicely avoided.
I love facing him though. He is a genuine challenge. And he bowls that real short test length, Harmison, which I like.
Yeah. For some reason, I didn't remember him being that good. Like, maybe just remembering that wide he bowled in the series over here.
Yeah, I think in this series though, in his conditions where it swung, he was like...
Yeah, he was a gun.
Yeah. You look at him now, he's a fairly portly fellow. doesn't mind a pint of ale. Old Harmo.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind facing him these days.
Just the one. And that's with Hayden, who's 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Now you see how the shorter man does against him.
Thankfully, he's not giving me that angle.
But he's bowling a much better line to you with it.
Yeah, that was a nice ball. Done a fair bit that.
Got to remember that he gets
In your defence.
outswing. I need to fix up my stance. Because he's so big at the crease. Even when he's standing on middle, it feels like you're almost batting outside.
Yeah.
Off. Oof. Completely different facing Hogarth to Harmison, because it's just like 15 k's off, but the movement's just crazy.
Yeah, he's got that one that shapes back in. He should be mostly about the one that shapes away to the left-hander.
Which will make him very dangerous if you switch off for just a moment.
Wait there.
That one came back in. Interested to see the Hawkeye map in this over.
Yep. Yep.
All there.
Just stepping off to get the legs moving here on a real brisk Birmingham morning. And neither of them batting in sweaters.
Didn't really have to do much there. Haven't had to do much to any really. If you can find the middle.
Have you heard my voice distort at all?
Not really, no.
Okay. There's a couple of times it's just sort of popped through from your end, and I'm like, is that me?
Alright, maybe I'll
I don't know, because the smoke alarms have been fixed, but fingers crossed.
Yep. Keeper.
Langer off the mark. That one rose up.
Yeah.
Well avoided.
Plenty of bounce for Harmison.
Hoops around the first slip.
He's losing his stamina quite quickly though. Ooh. A bit of movement away there.
Responds to that little jibe. Quick smile.
Yeah. Still 151. Gets him back in the green too, that ball.
Interesting. Oh! Can't believe he jumped out and took it. Oh, that's so disappointing. Because, I mean, the leading edge. And the
It's a
catch
ripper.
is ridiculous. It's a decent little start for Hayden. Let's just have a quick look at Hayden's output in the first innings of that test. You've bettered Hayden's output.
Right,
he was
okay.
dismissed first ball.
Right, okay. Well, he's certainly done a little bit better than that. Was in the second innings. Who got him?
Peel, we've just had a little message from a fan. He told me to play with a straight bat. You wanker. I think that's what he said.
Sees that he won't be asking you to play straight.
Well, I didn't play with a straight bat, but yeah, he has G'd up, little Justin. The glint's well and truly in the eye. Into the green, JL.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lovely. He's rotating.
Just
the strike
one,
very
mate.
Nicely.
Distinct part.
Oh, falling into that big trap. He's got a huge gap through square leg this field, but he's obviously just going to try and bowl away from me.
And he's gonna hoop it when it's full.
Line where it starts on the stumps and then swings away, and hope I either go for the cut and get an edge, or
Got a few options.
he may look to bowl one straight eventually though, but no, he doesn't. Happy to leave all those alone.
Shiny Dukes.
It seems to be swinging more. They're obviously getting a bit of spit on it.
Ooh, not off
Ooh,
anything.
I tell you
but
what.
it's not brilliantly played. Knocks him out of the green.
Hummerson a bit dangerous at the moment.
Oh, why have I played that? Back into the shell.
Straight bat might have helped you that.
Yeah. Got a little question from a fan here. It's the same fan, actually.
Right.
Peasy.
Wait.
No. Where did Langer make his test debut? I think it was.
Where or when?
Where? So I assume he means sort of ground and or country.
I wouldn't have a clue. I would assume Australia. Maybe even England.
I would have thought Australia, but I mean...
Change of bowling. The captain is going with the medium pacer.
But I'll give you Fezzy. Give you Australia. Outside the line.
A little bit of bat.
Because he didn't specify what exact ground, he specified, you know, where, so... Review it, Vaughan.
What did Australia get in their first innings?
Well left. Batting second, Australia got 309, I believe. We'll have to just check that out. Uh, 308, one run off. Yeah, interesting, because we've got a little reply from a fan, Peasy, who, let Simon Jones. Anyone down there? He said it was the West Indies heroes, and
Right.
so I looked it up just to check, and it was against the West Indies at Adelaide.
Okay, so interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Right. Well, it'd be good to sort of get a
The medium pacer is coming into the attack.
response from Beasy on that.
Yeah.
Have it.
Just one.
Adelaide, though.
I was wondering about too.
Oh, Flintoff into the attack.
So we've got another message from Peasy, which I don't think responds to that whole sort of West Indies Adelaide conundrum. Just let Andrew Flintoff into the attack. Deliver a reasonable ball, which Australian captain Ricky Ponning's just dispatched through the covers. He asks, what are each of your own personal favourite cricket memories, and why is it that day I hit a straight six to win a Downy Shield game? And I'll tell you why he said that after this ball. Because that day that our friend Peasy hit a straight six to win a Downy Shield game happened to be the day he ran his captain out.
Right.
For... I don't think I made many. Might have been one, might have been a duck. I feel like I was run out for a duck.
It's hard to make runs when you're getting run out.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I can't say that's my own personal favourite. I'm perfectly honest with PC. Simon Jones with that trouble line round the wicket.
Yeah, he's certainly no
focus
respite.
time.
Quite nippy. Seems
We'll have to get
movement.
back to you about those cricket memories. Our number one new fan, PC.
Hard to know if he's so much a fan as using this platform to sort of spruik himself.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder. He's attached a little TM after his name, which is weird.
Right. Okay.
So if anyone out there was thinking of stealing the name Peasy or Wheezy or any other sort of variations, I'd think again.
Yeah, Wheezy definitely hasn't. Sorry, Don. Hasn't been used by anyone.
I get the sense that's a bit of sarcasm from my old batting partner up the other end.
Don't worry, I won't be running you out anytime soon, Don. Well left.
It's very good to know. It was a diamond duck. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I did think it was. I didn't think I faced the ball. Yeah.
Wow. Quite rare. Almost shouldn't affect your average
Well left.
diamond.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't count. Question for Elliot from Joe G. Elliot, will you ever forgive me for what I did to you? It's...
I think he's referring to... Oh, he's dropped in, thank God.
Oh, thank God. Because it wouldn't have been a deserved wicket at all.
He's really got into my head there. And I'm like,
Yeah, he has. He has.
Filled it with hateful thoughts of revenge. Alright, let me just focus up here.
Well played.
No, I probably wouldn't. I don't like to hold grudges, but
Oh, Joe, gee, how has it taken me that long?
Yeah.
On with the story. Joe G is our old cricket coach from school who, well, made a few enemies in his time.
well, yeah, me being the main one for some reason. Well, I know the reasons, but
Wait.
Well played, well played.
real respite that getting dropped there for Ponty. I've got to switch my head on.
Massively. Flint off the edge, master too.
He's in the green and he's 4 off 20. That's a good sign.
Wow.
Wait.
Thanks for the question, Peasy. Keep them coming in. It's great to have you. Good to have your presence.
Waiting.
Ooh, nice. Confident stroke there from Langer. Clouds seem to be clearing up a bit here.
Wait there.
No. Probably could have made one, but not worth it.
Don't really hate. We get into a lot of trouble at times risking that run there.
Yeah. Not worth it.
Shot. It's almost I think we've discussed this in the past, but better to sort of stay on strike at times in this game.
Yeah.
It gives you a real sense of,
Massively.
real feel of the bowler.
Waiting.
No.
Oh, they've changed the field there subtly.
Yeah, just noticed that. And changed it back.
And you're in the
Lasted
dark
all
green
of
now,
one ball
deep
that
green.
field.
Yep.
So, lovely. We'll have to run these.
2-2.
Your end.
And the field's back in now. Keeping his fieldsman limber, Michael Vaughan.
Wait. Wait.
Played.
He's bowling a very full line at me.
Yeah, be careful of that. He gets, as we've discussed, so many edges from those orange balls.
Wait.
So in the England first bowling innings, Flintoff took 3, Giles 3.
Yeah.
Yep, shot. Have to run him potentially.
I
Should
think it's going to
actually
go.
make it. Yeah. Giles 3, including the wicket of Ponting. Jones 2, Hoggard 1, and Harmison went wicketless.
Right. After his first test heroics.
Mm.
That's drinks.
Drinks. Just the one down.
Okay, grab it.
Leading edge and a well, he's already righted that personal wrong, Harmison, with the caught and bowled of Matthew Hayden.
We'll have to be on our toes though, because I don't think it'll be the last we've heard of our
Army.
#1 fan,
Ah, yeah.
the PC Army.
We've already heard from him again.
Right.
Oh, sorry. This one is a question for us both from a young fan. I'm a big turning leggy who opens the batting and favours the sweep shot. I keep getting out leg before or bowled, and I probably turn it too much. Also keep. Any pointers for me? Interesting. Sounds like quite an accomplished young player already there. Someone who potentially wouldn't be open to receiving much advice, so...
I guess my only
Wait.
pointers or advice would be a few psychologists I know. I can forward those numbers to you. We might...
Yep.
Just keep that young fan waiting on the line.
We
Let's
might
just give those
have to
numbers.
get him in here later if he... We'll get to lunch and we'll see what he's up to.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get Richie back at some stage at lunch. Give us a bit of his take on the proceedings.
Wait.
Alright.
Played. I saw him down there in quite red in the face, Richie. I
Right.
hope he's using sunscreen. I'm sure he'll have a few insights for us whenever he comes back up.
Yeah, and I dare say
Good to have the great man.
probably hasn't quite hit 12 yet. Shot. Langer working that gap superbly.
Yeah, not quite 12, but Richie's certainly knocking him back down there. Yeah, why not? He's earned it.
Shot.
A little bit of a wayward line here from Simon Jones.
It's Flynn off, actually.
Oh, whoops. We've changed ends.
And he has been... I mean, he had the wicket chance with me, but he's been bowling really sort of way too full. And you'd think someone with sort of his pace and his height, he'd drop a few short balls in there, but he hasn't seemed to do any of that. Oh, that's a much better ball.
Duly respected. The current Australian coach.
You know you're batting well when you can go from an attacking mindset to a leaving mindset straight away based on the ball.
Yeah.
So it's good signs here.
Yep.
Did you play
Just
that
one.
back foot?
No, I don't know quite how to explain how that was played. It's given me a poor readout for footwork, so that's probably why. All the rest of it was good.
Ooh, that leading edge comes back to
Careful
haunt us again.
Yeah. Sound of Dennis Lilly's aluminium bat coming back to haunt us as well.
Shot. Langer really farming that part of the ground, but I mean, why wouldn't you when they're bowling this?
That's what they're
Rubbish.
giving him, you know. It's the most open part of the ground. The offside is choked with fielders, so to play out there. And it's not even where they're bowling, so Michael Vaughan's going to want to have a real good look at himself and his troops out there. That was probably there again for it, to be honest. I'd love him to start bowling outside off. I mean, bowling a test line.
Yeah, they just hate to do that to left-handers in this game.
Yep.
But I mean, he's got a field that
It's not
basically
bowling to
gives
his
you
field
no
at all.
liberty
It's
to
an
bowl
offside
on the
field.
leg side.
Yeah. No liberty at all. And yet he's constantly bowling to it. So, anyone from Big Ants watching, probably a note to take.
Fair few cherries showing up in the Battle Langer already. There we go, finally. Bowls to his field.
Much better ball to round out the 18th.
Change of bowling, the finger spinner coming
In
on
comes
to bowl.
Giles. Sort of a
Giles.
stint before lunch. Okay, typical Giles ball there. Didn't spin at all.
It's his danger. Danger ball.
Nice bowling.
I don't know if this was deliberate, but it's definitely happened. The stands at sort of the start of play were sort of half full, and now
Right, and now they're full.
they're full up.
Filled up.
So I think that's a deliberate thing. which
That
kinda
is really cool. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I think I've noticed that too. That they're very full now.
Oh,
And they
weird
definitely
shot there.
weren't before. Played. Good thing we cut away from that for Geraint Jones' sake.
He's not turning it, but his
Yeah.
flight's really good.
Entices a bit of a false stroke out of the Australian
Yeah,
captain there, Giles.
Bowling,
Should have left it
captain's
well
going
away.
with the medium pacer.
Oggy. No. Matthew Ogard.
Nice, well played.
Yep.
Shot. Go the red.
It'll go. Yep.
Oh, lovely. Terrible ball, but he picked it up well.
Finally puts one out there.
Beautiful technique.
Oh, that was there to hit
Gets
in
that
the
one
end. It's
right.
just swung an awful lot back in.
It really has.
Nothing silly needed.
They're
8
pitching
off
it
the
right
over
up.
already.
Yeah, England? I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a
very
plan
much
or-
so. Duly puts one back a bit. And those last two were really offline, to be honest. Shown them a bit too much respect, but no harm done. Oh, that's actually come back in.
I was counting on it coming back in. I've tried to... It just wasn't in enough to where I was looking to hit that. I've got to be careful here.
Yep.
That's what I
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to do with
nice.
it.
Those runs bring up the 50 partnership between these two.
50 partnership.
The kookaburras, the dual kookaburras. See Ponting's back correct. That striking green that he scored so many runs with.
It was actually at this stage the black graphite I noticed when I was watching the highlights earlier.
Was it?
Yeah.
They ended up becoming illegal, those bats,
They did.
weirdly.
Yes.
No, sorry.
Those bats probably not a patch on the bats they use these days. Those 2005 Kahunas. I wouldn't have thought. In terms of middle, of course, not in terms of style, in which the old bats are leaps and bounds ahead of the new.
Yep.
Yep. Punter along to 13. Digging in here, the skipper. Must have been relieved at the toss to see not only Michael Vaughan win it,
Yes.
choose to bowl.
Well, I'm sure he's had nightmares of this test. It'll be nice for him to have a chance to replay it. Certainly still a bit of swing out there.
Wait.
Oh.
Nice.
Lovely shape from Hogan.
Yeah, it moved through the air, that.
Yes.
No.
Oof. Take it easy, boys.
Getting a bit peaky out there.
Not liking, I think. Should play it safe.
First look at Giles here.
Nice.
No.
Nice bowling.
Just knew that was going to be the Doosra. Ridiculously.
That
Considering
good ball.
it's Ashley Giles.
Bowling at it's an annoying length. Quite there for the drive.
Nice bowling.
Gives that one a nice open face.
Wait.
No. Much prefer to face the spinners with a right-hander in a test.
Waiting.
No. Reasonably safely negotiated.
Yeah. No, well done. I wonder if it's if you're a lefty, if being a left-hander in this game is easier, if it's a sort of it's an eye thing.
Potentially, there is that thing just where they bowl like that line they were bowling to me before with Langer, where that is the easiest shot in the game, and you don't get a bowler bowling it to you more often than that scenario.
Wait.
Right? Yeah, I would think in the same way that feels more natural for me to bat as a right-hander. I would think
Yeah.
a natural left-hander would think the same.
Just struggling with Hogarth a bit here.
That's his real danger ball, because he starts it on the stumps. Like, it's so hard to think, oh, this is an offside ball. Another one that's hooped an absolute
So
mile.
much movement, I know.
Dogged from Ponting. All we want's Ponting. Look at that movement.
I mean, yeah. I really should be leaving every ball of that over alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shot.
Oh, okay, I wanted to get you on strike, but it's not going to, that. Because I reckon we want to be stationed up opposite ends. Judging on that, because I'll get the easier angle and you get a right-hander with a spinner. But see how it goes. He hasn't got anyone around the bat at this stage. Knock on wood for that little bat pad.
Yeah. Yeah, seemingly just keeping the field quite set here.
Shit
Shot.
ball.
He's going to have a fair few runs through that region on the old
Yeah, he
wheel.
is. He is. But I mean, it's reflective
Can't
of
really
wearing
fault
the
it.
bolt to him,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like, I really haven't faced that much on the offside. One of the only ones there was Hoggard. Dispatched
Nice.
when he put one up. Another short one there from Giles that could have been punished. Little man in round the bat now.
Nice bowling.
Beautifully done.
Wait.
Played. Still that choking offside feel.
Is that gap through point? Oh my god.
A lot of big hooping outswingers from Oggy.
Oh,
And they put it down again. Second time Ponting's been dropped.
I've idealed it.
Well, well.
That's unbelievable.
Well left. Yeah, we get to lunch now, one down, and they're having a serious little look at themselves, thinking,
My god.
We've had 2 or 3 here.
It's so full in there to hit. It's just the width that's obviously
Yes.
finally.
Keeper.
Cool. They always say when you win the top, you need to have minimum 2 at lunch to feel relatively happy.
Well, he's been put
2
down
or
by the
3, I
keeper
think.
both times.
No, it's gone to first slip.
Has it? Right.
I'm pretty sure both of them went to first slip. 'Cause it moved so
God,
much.
What is this field?
Like,
Sorry, I was hoping to chew up a bit more of the strike than that, but
no, it's alright. No, I had a feeling it was going to happen
huge wicket
too.
before lunch. 3
I had
runs
a
shy of his half
feeling.
century.
Shouldn't have gone at that. Should not have gone at it.
Was talking about the 2 down thing as well.
Yeah. Laid the little trap for myself.
And waddles off. But a beautiful innings nonetheless. I mean, both openers got good starts.
Didn't quite get the 82 that Langer got in the real game. But at least, yeah, fairly good foundation.
Gives you a right-hander now, though, which...
Yeah. Decent start with Linger. Hopefully not.
That's him though, outside the line.
Yeah, I think so. Just came back a long way.
Certainly just need to get the lights
We
now.
don't want to be 3 down.
Oh, not a convenient camera angle, that one.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
should have
he's
left that.
going to shape everything away from you here.
Yeah, and I had a feeling he was going to do that. It's just like, don't play a cover drive here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Ooh,
Shape that back in
that back in.
massively.
On a really good
Luckily
length.
it was short enough. Yeah. Raises the bat over the head. Damien Martin.
Starting again. Very hard thing to do in this game. Oof.
Not going to be tempted by those orange ones early on here.
Moves it both ways.
Exactly how you edge it. And yeah. You cannot trust it to be outswing.
God,
That one not doing much at all. I reckon if I play at that, I play for the swing and just edge it because it hasn't deviated.
There's a little bit of late swing on it, but that length is evil.
No. And tight as the shot, they're fairly.
Let's just have a look at.
All variation.
Okay, so just slight variations, but all on sort of the same length, same area.
Yeah.
Just to really fuck with you.
Well played. Don't want to give this dickhead Giles more than one wicket before lunch. Clamps down on that, the Australian captain. Just a hint of an edge. Lies into the vacant third slip region.
Got a good timing, ideal footwork and so it would have been unlucky, but
He clamps
he
right
really
back
wants me
on
to
that
do something here before
one.
lunch.
No, clamping down is a very good move. This.
I just know if I try to work him leg side here, I'm going to get a leading edge. I can just tell.
Beautifully played. One to come. Well played. And 1 over till lunch.
Change of bowling. The captain is going.
They bring
Oh, they bring Harmison back for one.
Let's get to lunch.
Steve Harmison's never moving that one back onto the stumps from out there.
Quite ambitious.
Eat my hat if he did. Clamp down. rising up, that one.
A little bit of a way seam, I think.
Just gets that lift that no other bowler in this team gets. Yeah. Thanks, Army. Real waste of energy, that ball. Steve Harmison.
One to come. Beautiful.
And that'll be drinks and lunch.
It's brought out by the injured Glenn McGrath, seemingly.
Right, yeah, Steve. Oh no, not Steve was, sorry.
Still has to perform his duties, even with a roll ankle.
Yeah. Cracking the old whip on Glenn McGrath.
Well, I'm going to go for a little pee break.
Yep.
And
That's
then
a good time to do it.
hopefully we'll be able to track down Richie before we go back out there. I'll see you in a minute or so, Don.
Yep, see you in a minute.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Dom. I was just...
Surprise! It's not dumb. I'm already sitting here waiting to, you little... So, whoa! What are we doing here? Australia 2005, after having been sent in, find themselves 2 for 81 at lunch. Justin Langer dismissed rather unluckily, a little bit greedy perhaps, off an Ashley Giles delivery snapped up by Geraint Jones after a couple of dropped catches from Ricky Ponting's blade. Could have made things a little worse, but as we stand, you'd have to say it's around about even Stevens here. The pick of the bowlers, you'd have to say, well, he took wickets. Harmison 1 for 15 off 6, he's bowled pretty well. Hoggard, very economical, none for 18 off 9. And Giles, the other wicket, 1 for 15. So, the likes of Ponting and Martin at the crease, I reckon it won't be long before these boys are dipping into the pockets for a few of the old cough lollies. So, hopefully they don't resort to that, and we'll see a real avalanche of Australian runs here as I hand you back to the boys. There, take it, take it.
Medium pacer is coming into the attack.
Jeez, Richie just sort of chucking the mic.
Okay,
me there.
thanks for that, Richie. Sounds a little bit more boisterous than this morning.
Yeah, he didn't seem to have been watching the game overly closely,
No,
Richie.
he
sort of,
needed the scorecard there, but
yeah.
uh,
No, it's great to have him along.
yeah, I was actually just apologising to you when I came back in for keeping you waiting. I was eating anchovy fillets out of the jar.
Right. Sounds decadent.
Quite oily. Delicious nonetheless.
Wait.
That's nice. Bit of power from those fish coursing through your veins now. She's really topped up my own levels.
Ponting's still struggling here.
Yes.
There we go, that's a bit
Yep.
better. Just need to make sure I don't get impatient with him.
Yeah.
I guess hard to split that first session. I think it's quite even, really.
Yeah, what was it? Even Stevens, as Richie put it.
Did he? Okay.
Just wondering, yeah, Damien Martin. Interesting innings from Damien Martin, Australia's first dig.
Right.
He was out for 20 off 18 balls and he was run out.
Wow, okay. Had it all.
Because I don't remember, I might be wrong, but I don't remember Damien Martin doing an awful lot on this tour. He
I
got
think
28 in the second innings.
It was a big part of him
Retiring.
abruptly
Yeah, right.
retiring. Although, the thing was, he was like Cricketer of the Year in 2004.
Yeah.
He had a blinder.
No, wait. Yeah, was it 2004? I feel like it was actually 2005. Have to look into that. Lovely shot. Martin got 65 in the second innings at Lords.
Okay. Not too bad.
Yes. Yep.
Well,
Sugar.
Ponning's had his lunch.
Yeah. Got a big, whatever they like eating down in Tasmania into him.
Some sort of salmon, I would imagine.
Yeah, surely fish, yeah. Yeah, another couple of starts in the third test for Martin. So it must have been 2004. Because I don't think he's done that much in the 05 Ashes. Before busts. For round out the 32nd. Such a shark's den, or what do you call it? Shark's nest? No. Sharks.
Spider's web, baby.
Yeah, spider's web. I don't know.
Sharks. Yeah, Shark's cage.
You know what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Shark tank.
No, it's none of those.
Waiting.
No.
As much as that is his strength.
Squeezes that one out on the offside, on the onside runner.
Behind square on the offside, Martin. It's not the field to be trying to extend.
No, they've just got it very choked, unless I go reasonably straight on the offside.
I think.
Times that one nicely.
Yeah, you're waiting for that full ball that you can manipulate, but cutting is quite risky.
It's a good ball. Got to be respectful of that. With the field he's got. This is a real edge ball, that one.
He hasn't been easy to get away, Simon Jones. Shot.
Finally
We're gonna have to run.
gives him one to get away on. It's ideal, so I'm a bit off the fact that it's pulled up that quickly.
Yeah, it really did. Look at that. Just constantly.
Yeah, very disciplined. SJ. Left. Ponting a dogged innings so far. Really digging himself in there.
Just if he thinks I'm going for anything outside off with this field, he's.
Yeah, that's a free leave. We've had a little message again from Peasy suggesting Shark School, which is probably better than anything we said.
Right, okay. Thanks for that, Crazy. It was good to hear from you.
Oof. Good take, Jaron Jones. There's also an earlier unanswered question from Peasy question here for Dom. Don. He says, firstly, my name correctly.
Catch. Yes.
That'll be safe. 4. Might even be 6. No, it's 4.
It was
So he says,
to stop it.
question here for Dom. Don, what is your highest score on the game? Well, on the game, it would be in my career mode where I think 330, 316, something like that. 340, 380, something like that, in a game for New South Wales, where I just sort of batted on and on and on. Lara-esque innings.
Does take a lot of concentration.
It was actually on the night that Woz had sent me home from work.
Right.
Woz being a local personality for libelous reasons.
We'll change his name to
just leave it at
Waz
that, yeah.
for this.
Waz, yeah, sorry,
story.
Waz. And I was like, well, got an evening where I would have been at work, and I'm quite riled up here, so let's just sort of turn that into a real long innings. Because your biggest enemy in those big long innings is just sort of becoming bored.
Yeah.
Generally what gets you when you're seeing it well, just a little lapse in concentration. Bowling a really tight line
Yeah,
here, Jones.
skimming you nothing here.
Yeah.
Which can be frustrating, but you've just got to wait it out.
Yeah.
As you do beautifully.
Yeah, just did it straight through that field.
I was going to
didn't
say,
actually
you sort of
realise.
expect this after a break, a considerate break like lunch, that the bowlers would come out and, you know, they've just talked through their plans in the break. They're fresh. It is probably a time to go back into your shell. Nicely played.
Yeah, they've been very disciplined after lunch.
But so have the Australian batsmen.
Yeah, with 23 so
you've
far
hit
added
that
to the
orange
score, I
one, it's
think.
gone the other way. Really well picked up.
24 added to the score. Got a suggestion from Paisley for Martin 01 Cricketer of the Year. I'm sure it was later than that. It was.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was 2005 because it was the year before he retired, which was 06. So I think he must have gone into these Ashes.
Answer.
No, I'm sure it's 05. Peasy, please look it up. I'm sure it's 05, which is really weird considering he did nothing in this Ashes series or didn't do that much. But I'm sure it was the year before he retired. Or you might be wrong with 04. Right, rather. That's the only other thing that I think it's potentially correct 04. Definitely not 01. Because it was really soon before he retired, suddenly in 06. Right before the Perth Test in the return Ashes in Australia after this series.
Yeah, because they wanted him to play, but he...
Yeah, he just sort of dropped out.
And then lo and behold, you met him in a bar many years later.
Yep, served him a... it was one of those low carby sort of beers. Might have been a super dry or something like that. Yeah. Nothing would take for Jones.
Parmesan. Can't really fault spelling there. Fixes up those lengths so well.
Diamond Jones.
Becoming quite fond of this ground.
This is the one which is meant to be their intimidating place. Generally, the first test is played here, so interesting that in 05 the first test was at Lord's, second at Edgbaston.
Because all the yobbos.
Actually, it's been really weird. There's been no Barmy Army. I don't remember hearing.
I have a feeling it's because we are at home.
Ah,
So
right. That's really weird. Because they visit Australia
fans.
regardless.
Yeah, you would.
Talking through it, Cardinal sin. Really disappointing. First time it's happened there, us talking through.
Yeah,
He won Oz Test Player of the Year in 05.
It was
Yeah,
05
okay, never
too.
Wisdom, but yeah, 05. I thought I was right about that. Well, see ya, Martin. You never did anything in this test series. Very disappointing to get out in that manner, talking through the delivery, but we got here.
That'll show us a timely reminder.
Michael Clark. M.J. Clark. Who got no, sorry. Hang on.
This might just need to go back into our shells here.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'm back at the fourth test. Need to go. Back to the second at Birmingham. So Australia's first innings, Langer 82, Hayden Duck, Ponting 61. So he's well on the way without putting any pressure on the Australian captain. Martin 20, so he's not come. That was the 20 off 18 balls. And Clark caught behind off the bowling of Giles. Interesting, for 40.
Right.
I have to get past a mark of 40 with Clark.
Ugh, look at this field.
Yes.
Well played. Got to be playing shots with that, really.
See?
So dangerous blocking.
Or just straight back down.
Shot. Save him. So yeah, this was a bit of a partnership, I would have thought. Ponting and Clark most definitely put a bit of a partnership together.
Okay, they've moved that man out of offside.
Actually, no, I'm wrong. Ponting was out before Clark came in, so that's not going to happen.
Yes.
Nice.
Just the one.
Yep.
Oof, 4 around the bat here to welcome Clark to the wicket. And 4 runs off the bat. Shot.
It makes it easy when they have those men around the back because you just can't play. I mean, you can play blocks. It's just so dangerous too.
It's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was prepared to chance that one. It's a good ball.
Oof. Interesting field.
Yeah, very.
Wait.
No. Beautifully played. So, Damien Martin must have done a lot in 2005 if he did nothing much in this Ashes series.
Wait.
I think at home he just
Well played.
went ballistic.
He must have
Averaged
torn
like
up
over 100.
because, I mean, this was a big series in that year, and yet he won Australia Test Player of the Year without doing much at all in this series.
Really, really tense to watch this.
Yeah, he's dropping bombs. And he's got these men around the vat.
Yep, so you can defend out towards point now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. As long as you have everything lined up,
Okay,
you should
there
be
we go.
fine.
That's
And then
pretty good
taking him out. Yeah, nice.
Oh, that lagged on my screen so much. I thought you literally were just leaving it.
Right.
Probably would have got away with.
A few of those. No, man! How the hell is that out? That's such a joke.
It's a horrible way to get out that one.
Didn't even know there was a leg slip in, to be perfectly honest. Feel like they've snuck him in there.
The deceased batsman caught out for 4. The score is now 4 for 100 and...
Brings a left-hander to the crease.
The left-handed batsman is coming in at number 6.
That's really hard to stomach. It's such a trap, that
Back to
massive trap. First one he'd bowled in that area. Oh, thankfully it goes. Lovely shot.
Yeah, I was watching it tentatively.
Well left. No quick
Okay,
singles
well,
here.
a couple of quick wickets in this second innings. Sorry, second session.
Yeah, a couple of
How is
Australia's...
that not a wide?
Absolute joke.
Wow.
A couple of Australia's premier right-handers back in the sheds. That last one, it's just strike from the memory.
Wait.
Nicely played. Because it shouldn't be in the air, that shot. Like, it should never be in the air, and yet the leg slip always gets it in the air.
Yes.
And when that leg slips in, you've just got to play, and you want to play leg side, it's got to be dead straight square. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you just cannot risk.
I didn't even realise he was in. I feel like they
when they
changed him in there.
I don't know that they did. But
Ponting
Kadic.
holding it together here. Kadic, an accomplished. Oh,
it's lucky he
Ponting
was there,
just
otherwise that was
belts it into the short leg field, huh?
Hoggard in close, interestingly.
Yeah, interesting choice. Oh no. No.
The footwork's so bad there. I don't know what I'm doing there with my feet. Wow.
That is not
maybe
good.
Maybe we're seeing why Australia bowled first.
Yeah. Okay, well, Gilly and Kadic really needing to right the ship here. Got a long list of bowlers who wielded the bat with a bit of aplomb in this 2005 series, but 121's not enough.
Waiting.
Ooh.
Alright, back into our shells here. Just need to start again.
Yeah. Three for Giles, so Art has echoed life in that respect. Hopefully that's where he's finished taking wickets.
Hopefully. I mean, I'm just my feet were terrible in that last. I know exactly what I've done wrong. Just, you sort of get in this,
It's a real
get in
shame.
this habit of moving my feet where I want to hit the ball,
Yeah.
as opposed to
Yeah, I know
just
what you mean.
sending my feet straight down the wicket, which is what I should have
I
done.
know exactly what you mean. Yeah, and it cuts you off.
Change of bowling. The captain is going with pace.
Yeah, two of us into the 40s so far, and no one past 50, which is
And
not what you'd want.
bit of input from our number one fan, PC. Have a go, fucking cats. So
Yeah, just see that.
even our
Yeah,
fans are-
interesting.
even our fans
Approach,
turning against us.
Yeah. Well, at least Simon Kadic has been riled into a response by PZ's words.
It would be really nice to give him a bit of humble pie here and get a big partnership with these two.
Yeah. Two lefties coming together. Don't think these two had a problem with each other. Kadic and Gilchrist. Ooh, that's a top ball. In no danger of edging that, but top
No,
ball.
moved miles away from you. Shot. You just hear it. You just know straight off the bat where that one's going.
You
Finding
don't
the
stray
middle
onto
beautifully.
Simon Kadic's legs. Or just outside them.
Oh, and again.
Another little message from PZ. Read my stuff out, then Malakas. So a bit of...
Right, so apparently we've got...
I think he
Bit of
sworn at us in
correspondence
Greek there. The only thing we didn't give a little shout out to was that
Yeah.
No! Another one for Joel.
Just looked up from the phone too before that.
Yeah, I know.
so-
I could tell it was one of those real danger times where you just sort of re-engage focus. Trying to give a little shout out to Peasy's comment regarding Damien Martin, Shane
one
Keith
bonus.
Warren, who had a fair roll with the bat in this Ashes series.
I certainly will
Played
be
a fair role in the
blocking
match, so.
PC out for the rest of this innings.
Yeah, probably a good idea. I think it's already taken 2 wickets now, our number one fans correspondence.
Oh,
And a
sorry.
misfield there. Let's
Two.
run it. But certainly grateful to have the correspondence of our number one fan, Peasy, in spite of the wickets it may or may not have caused.
Yes.
Probably leaning on May. Shot.
Well, Australia just trying to scrounge together a score now and bat through as much of this day as they can.
I think we can really dig in here. Just got to treat him as batsmen. Block out the fact we're 6 down. Well played. Yeah, well played. You boys keep saying number one fan like you have others. Well, we do have others, Peasy. We've already told you about that. I mean, maybe you should be the number 2 fan behind Sanchez.
Sweet Sanchez never had a bad word to say.
Waiting.
It's full of encouragement, Sanchez. Get him back. Sanchez, where are you? Steve Harmiston. Still getting it up around 156. Clearly a little bit fitter today than the last time he was seen in this uniform.
Beautifully played.
Don't think Kadich did much in that first innings. He was dismissed for 4, so already surpassed it. That's good. The longer we bat, the better. We need to give it an opportunity to get a bit worn, this dry pitch. It is a dry pitch, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait.
No. A bit late on that.
Yep.
I haven't meant to hit that in the air, but it's safe.
Gonna have to run these. Oh no.
Drinks coming onto the ground. No sign of Richie down there anymore. Hopefully he's just gone
Hopefully he
to
hasn't been
refill his
evicted.
glass. Yeah, certainly hope. Hasn't had any run-ins with anyone down there. No, 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 no.
Sorry, it seemed
Yeah.
like I got a bit more on it.
Shot. Lovely collection of willow on leather. What I hear whenever I say number one fan is Kathy Bates in Misery. Yeah, I'm a number one fan. Oh, no, I'm your number one fan. So, that I associate with our number one fan, Peasy. Shot! SK Warren. 150's brought up with aplomb.
Never did mind going at the opposition spinner.
He did not. Very strange field in here to catch.
Wait.
No.
Oof.
Oh,
Misfield
little misfield there. So weird when they do that. Just so random and strange. They never do it at any other time. It just pops out all of a sudden. Once every 50 balls.
It's worth it.
Got up that from Army.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful to watch from this angle. How fine you hit that.
Very fine, yeah. Beating both of those men they've got behind the wicket. Ooh, Army's changed his angle. Take the free leave there. Considering how dangerous it would have been to play it. Well bowled to finish there.
Spell. Really persisting with this aggressive field to Warren. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, free leave, lovely.
There, back to that choking field.
Yeah. You just see the leaves when they come up. It's a wicket ball potentially if it's not a leaf. Well played.
We're in that kind of awkward position too now where we're
Shot. Definitely. Great time.
Lee and Gillespie both to come, so not
Yeah.
the worst tail to have in this situation.
Oh wow, another one down.
I don't
And
know
it could have
how
been
it's carried
so
from
much
there.
worse.
Ideal.
The
good
leading
idea.
edge on this game is something that Big Ant really has to look into because I mean
Like,
it
how-
just happens so randomly and it can be so catastrophic.
I would understand though
another
if my
drop catch.
timing's off, but
Yeah, that's the thing. So often it does it on good timing balls.
like that is a blue ball.
Yeah, exactly.
On
It's
the
a ball
base and
where
middle.
you've got everything by leading edge that. There's no reason. Happens too often. It's well played. No reward, but putting together a very nice little partnership here, Warren Kadich.
Hey, so I feel a little bit better about themselves.
Yeah. 6-10 Australia set in their first, at very worst, really. And there's a lot of work to do for that. Very strange field here.
Tries the sweep.
To that ball in particular, but I mean, no harm done. Might just be putting the sweep back in the bag.
If I can see out this spell from Giles,
Yeah.
I feel a lot better.
I'll be in the cold, cold ground before I give Ashley Giles a 5 for before tee on day one.
Safely leave that wide one there, knowing full well Giles does not have the...
Yeah, just again,
spinning
yeah. From the King of Spain.
Silly mid on, not in. Harmison here to warn.
No run.
Yep. Yes.
2,
Shot, have to run him out.
3.
Yeah, nice. Got a question from young Tom from Bathurst, which I'll read out after this song.
Right.
No. So young Tom from Bathurst is apparently a questionable character with a suspicious amount of charisma. Hi Dom, Tom here. I'll have to just follow that up after this ball. No, just hurried him up
The
a bit.
focus waning a bit here due to the question.
Hi Dom, Tom here. Who is your favourite cricketer and why? Well, thanks Tom for your
did
question.
reek of
Young
a rather
Tom.
high level of charisma.
Yep.
So a little think about that. It's a marvellous shot from Shane Warne. Bring him into 20s. I think it's probably still Steve Waugh, to be honest. My favourite cricketer. Even now, when he's not quite as cool a cat as I remember him
Well,
being.
these games certainly help them stay alive in your memory, you know.
Definitely. And I remember when, especially when Steve and Mark Wall were batting together, I remember just wanting that partnership to do well. Like, oh wow, the Wars are both batting. It was like
Yeah,
a
it was
treat.
always the yeah.
Yep, yep.
A lovely shot from SK Warren. Batting beautifully here. Loose ball from Giles. Surely coming to the end of his spell here. Over bowled, you'd have to say, although he has
got the
taken
wicket
4.
in this spell.
He has taken 4.
So
Yep.
Shot. SK Warren along to 26, batting magnificently. One to come here from Giles.
Nice.
Plug that one out.
very well plugged.
Change of bowling. The captain is going with the medium pacer.
SJ censored. Coming back into the attack here.
Simon Jones on my screen, thankfully.
Yeah, probably the biggest gripe with Big Ant Sports, that one, relating to the old SJ censored.
Waiting.
Lovely shot. Shane Keith. He's looking forward to a durry at tea.
He really is. He's come out with really no pressure on his shoulders.
He's using that Big Ant special bat, which has scored a few runs today.
Wait on.
I see the umpire's arm go out there. Yeah, I did.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay. Take every run we can get.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lovely. SK Warren along to 31. Invaluable runs. Wonder what he'll have to say to John Buchanan when he gets back into the rooms. Nothing good, I'll bet. Oh, that's a good ball.
I'm sure Richie's enjoying this innings as well, from one of his favourite players.
Surely from one of his favourite players, a leg spinner. Actually, I think he's back in his position down there, Richie. He looks like he's kicked his feet up. Don't know how the people in front of him feel about that. But no, it looks like he's having a whale of a time down there, Rich. Glass is full. Can see.
Shark school is in session, as they say.
Yeah, he's been wielding that wine glass around a fair bit down in the concourse, Richie.
Wait.
Starting to see why they don't allow glass into these venues.
Yeah, they seem to have made an exception for the great man, which I'd give a massive pat on the back to. The Edgbaston ground staff.
Okay, they put that man in at point, so be careful here.
Wait.
That little short man there, massive danger as well.
Yeah, I might have to go back into my shell here for the offside at least. Which is okay, we're approaching lunch.
Yep.
T, but same difference. Lovely shot.
T, sorry.
Run him out. Or runs. So we said 6 for 200 when we were about 6 for 130. And this partnership's going along very, very nicely. That one skids across the grass beautifully. Beautifully left, SK1.
Kadich doing his job down the other end into the green. Dark green, I should say.
Yep. And
Giles out of the
6 to
cut.
come.
Which I didn't notice that previous over.
Over? It was pace, wasn't
Hoggard.
it?
Yeah.
Yep. Worn into the deep green as well.
Lovely.
Ooh, it's moved an absolute mile.
I think
Should be
they're
leaving
going
it really, if not playing a
start
shot.
getting that
but-
reverse swing.
Yeah. Yeah, that reverse swing, shall we call it. The sticky.
Sugary.
Reverse swing. So wary of this angle.
He's
The 05 angle round the wicket to the left-hander. They're still moving it an awful lot, despite... I like that little cherry mark on Simon Jones's pants where he's been shining the ball.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful touch.
Hoggard has it as
Ooh.
well.
Cuts that off. Cuts that off.
As PC writes in again. Question for Elliot from Matt F from East Gardens. Hi Elliot, Matt here. Who is your favourite cricketer and why is it Kevin Peterson?
Right.
Well, Matt F, I'm pretty sure the F in Matt F must stand for fuckwit because there's no way I'd be picking Kevin Peterson. He's playing this game, is he not? I can't see that.
He is.
Fucked
He
up
certainly is.
hairstyle anyway.
I believe he's got a skunk hairstyle in place.
Yeah, I was hoping they would sort of feature that in this game, but and he's got to me again.
Yep, that's the lack of concentration there from the little alternate storyline going on in the background. That's a real shame because 35 quality runs from Shane
I
Warne
can't believe he's got to me
come
again.
to an end
A
there.
number one fan.
Yeah, our number one
Sorry, it
fan's
was Matt
claimed his
F.
third wicket.
It was Matt F who deserves some blame.
Sorry,
but
yeah, Matt F takes his first
Unbelievable.
for
I
the
thought
afternoon. And Brett Lee strides out
I
here.
had him on track for a 50. Okay. I've got to stop looking at my fucking phone.
Yeah, it's a real shame, that. A crying shame. Like a 60, 70 run stand, I'd say.
Okay,
Brought to a halt.
Kadich is there still at least.
Moved a mile after it was past the bat.
Really did. Okay, that's alright.
Yeah, Brett Lee can bat.
Lee
Brett Lee can certainly bat.
can definitely throw the willow around. And it's
Gotta
becoming...
start again, though.
The batting
Gotta start
conditions are
again.
becoming a lot nicer.
You've timed that pretty nicely, but you've got to start again. And they have become nicer. We've got to take advantage of that. Lovely shot. Save it. And Shane Warne's got into the dressing room. He's sucking on that durry now. Doesn't have to wait till tea, the big fella. He's got the third top score for his side after
It keeps my average in the low 30s for this game so far, which is a
Great
bit
contribution
disappointing.
from Warney, considering he's probably had a skin full of piss last night, judging by his
According to his
relationship
book,
with this.
during this series, he well, according to him, he didn't drink that much, and when he did, it would be just vodka Red Bulls. He'd just pound vodka
Right,
Red
okay.
Bulls.
So presumably that I think it was the third or fourth test when he was batting the next day. Presumably that was when he sort of had a bit of a bender on the vodka Red Bulls. Which is, not what you'd be drinking when you want to be backing up the next day if you're pounding a few of them. I thought.
I've got a question for PC.
It's interesting. I thought he'd introduced himself as Peasy, but there might be some sort of variation to the name that I'm unaware of there.
I'd like to know what his prediction is for man of the match in this game.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Very good question indeed.
So,
Simon Kadich obviously still there. If he can have some partners stick with him, it could still be
I have a feeling he might be
shuffling
going
left-hander.
with KP.
I was going to say an Englishman might well be figuring in our number one fans' calculations. Our very own personal Kathy Bates.
Patient zero, as I to refer to him.
Just one.
Okay, not long till lunch.
Tea, but yep.
Ah, fuck teas. It's been a tough session.
We rebuilt fairly well, to be honest, considering a real bunch of wickets falling.
Yeah, but the Clark wicket and the Gilly wicket.
Martin, the Clark one was bullshit.
The middle order
the Gilly one was
just
bullshit.
fell
Yep.
apart.
As in fairness, it had it had a habit of doing on this series. The middle order had a habit of falling apart. You'd get contributions from like an opener. Langer got 82. Someone from the middle order would generally bog in a little bit, like your Ponting. And then a lot of the batting from this series rests on the likes of Lee, Warne, Kasparovich, Gillespie, with a few probably. A lot of tail end runs. As a lot of the great English series are, it's sort of a bowler's game. Well timed, nothing for it. With the Duke's ball, a bit of cloud cover, a bit of rain around. .58 dead.
Change of bowling.
2 till tea, and they've brought Harmison back before the interval, as is their custom.
Yep.
Took off nice and quick. It's well timed, unlucky.
Waiting.
Shot for nothing. Very unlucky there.
Love
Bring
that,
a few of these fuller ones in.
Love that flyover shot from the top.
Yeah,
lets you
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
resettle your focus. Very atmospheric.
Beautifully evaded. From Brett Lee, who started this innings really nicely.
Just the one.
Shot, just one. After the highly unfortunate departure of Warren. After a little bit of wordplay from number one fan of Beards and Bourke. Oh, the leading edge comes out on the last ball. Thankfully not fatal. 1 over to come till tea on the first day.
And it'll be Ashley Giles.
Oh.
Two men strategically placed. No legs slip though.
Yeah, thankfully. That leg slipped with Clark. Giles. That's Peasy's pick for man of the match. And in fairness, he's got 4 wickets. So
he's had a great start.
Yeah. Shot. Yeah, it's an educated
Four
guess,
for
that,
200 won't
considering
look
the
very
start
good,
he's got off to. No, I wouldn't. Certainly wouldn't. Brett Lee's expertly manoeuvred that one backward of square. And then in turn followed it up with a beautiful defensive shot. Lovely. As soon as he strays into that region, Brett Lee punishing him, goes all the way. They're too shy of the double 100.
And 2 balls to go. Leg slip in.
Beautifully clamped down on. Beautifully clamped down on again. Clamps down on that one like a limpet clinging to the sea floor. His drinks are brought onto the ground.
And that should be tea.
Tea time.
So I will just use
Off they
the
go. And
bathroom.
I'll go to the lavatory as well.
The ghost of Brett Lee and the ghost of Kaddish and Brett Lee, and yes.
I wonder if we're going to get
Six.
Richie up to do a little tea time summary.
Well, we'll
Don't know
be
if
back
he's
shortly
still
to
at
find
the
out.
ground, to be honest, but yeah.
And I'll just leave the match summary up. See you soon.
Yeah.
Flintoff just the 4 overs.
Yeah, hasn't bowled much at all, Flintoff.
So we look at the
Easily the least economical.
fall of wickets down the bottom. It really fell apart after the 3rd wicket.
Oh shit, here's Richie.
Rich!
What the fuck's happened down there? The last time I was here was 2 down at lunch, and at tea time at 7 for 198. I mean, Langer dismissed 47, Ponting 40. How the fuck's Ashley Giles got 4 wickets? I'll never know. I mean, I was watching it, and I'll never explain it, not in a million years. I missed the wicket of Gilchrist. Involved a little altercation down there where some fucker spilt my drink and made him buy me another one. But Shane Warne's obviously put together a superb innings there of 35, dismissed in highly dubious circumstances after bowling of Hoggard, and I certainly believe that he deserves to still be out there. But the Australians are 7 for 198, and hopefully they're ready to put a few more on. All right, I'll best be off, and
Oh, Richie, jeez. Well, good to have Richie in some sort of state at tea time.
Yeah. Not too sure what that altercation was all about, but glad to see he's still with us.
It takes more than an altercation with some pissed clown at Edgbaston to kick the great man out, it would seem. Harmison continuing here after lunch. 1 for 54 from his 15.
Wait.
No.
Well, an interesting last session of the day. Australia hoping to bat through it.
Yep.
Shot.
And the 200's up. Drops that one short. Doesn't really get up from Harmison. Kadich is all over it. Rolls the wrist nicely over the top of that one. And Vaughan might well change his field. Ooh, no.
Ooh.
Thank the Lord. Didn't want to hear them go up there.
No, you certainly do not. Because you know Big Ant's fucked you when that's happened.
Yep.
Waiting.
Yep.
Keeper.
We'll have to run it. And they've struck it beautifully.
Beautiful shot. Brett Lee into the 20s with style.
And the tail contributed nicely here so far.
As was their custom in this series.
Ooh, I thought you'd be tempted there.
No, I actually pressed it in, but it didn't quite register. I feel like my left stick is a little bit dodgy here. Controller on the way out.
Wait there.
Oh.
Very aggressive field here for Giles. No one out deep, no one behind square. Except the leg,
Yeah, interesting.
leg slip
Very
is in.
interesting. Might just take Garden off here.
Hey, nice bowling.
It's not giving me anything to put on the onside. Probably my least favourite set of angles. The Giles
being the lefty.
spinner to the left-hander. So just going to see this over out. Getting a really hittable ball there too with the last one. Just trying to tempt me. Free leaf.
Ooh.
I don't mind that call from Peasy, our number one fan. He's said that Lang has a chance for man of the match.
I did see that. Oh!
Leads into the head with that one, Brett Lee. Good to see. The blonde-tipped paceman.
It's the second,
putting his head on the line there.
second bounce of the over, so any more and it'll be a no ball.
Shot!
Yeah, wasn't a fan of getting hit in the head there, Lee. We're going to remember to bowl him to Harmison when he decides to come out with the bat. A little bit of revenge.
Very well left. Shot. Lee equals his batting partner, Kadich. Another beautiful cover drive.
You cannot fault what Kadich has done for this innings, though.
Probably look to get off strike if I possibly can here with...
Nice bowling.
He's just going to work that angle with you.
Yeah.
No connection issues in this game.
That might well be because my smoke detector situation's been fixed. Keeping out nicely here, Kadich. Don't want to be lulled into playing a shot because it might be 4 and it might be an edge.
Nice bowling. Nice.
Test cricket at its finest.
And
Yeah,
number one
I've
fan.
also seen that little message.
Oh,
As Harmison rekindles memories of the 06-07 Ashes in Australia with that one.
he not only does he bowl the first bouncer for the over, but he
Oh, yeah, you got it, of course you got it. Well played, Beards.
that should be a wide or a no ball because it's. Oh, jeez, I don't know about that. Okay,
This
that's the
over's
second
been
bouncer.
something else, as Carol Baskin would say, her second husband. Capable. Another player sporting there.
We'll be playing a
Now iconic,
really different style.
Big Ant
bless you.
special. Harmison's second wicket. He's
bowled a lot.
Harmison's.
He's bowled the same. Harmison just finished his 18th over, and Giles is into his 18th.
18th, yeah.
Oh, and
What?
I don't know how it's carried, but they've persisted with that plan of bowling to you outside
The
off.
thing that's bullshit is that it was just perfectly timed. I don't understand how he's hit it in the air when I haven't elected to hit it in the air. Like, I couldn't have hit that any better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not the end of the world, but it's another one like the Michael Clark dismissal that's just purely
Have we?
a little sort of thing in the game.
That Harmison ball. Yeah. All right.
Jeez,
Well, now
Kastrovic, tall
I think
character.
250 is something to aim towards here.
Yeah, definitely.
And we most likely will be having a little bit of round out today, which could be
Round
interesting.
out the day, yeah. But I think this partnership's got a fair bit in it. I honestly can't believe that. Because it's the only one I've gone at in so long on that side, and I absolutely covered it. Couldn't have hit it any better. It's what's really frustrating.
Nice.
It'll certainly be interesting to see how many of the batsmen in our middle order learn their lesson in the second innings.
I sure hope it's a few of them, but they've had the same curse as the 05 boys in not being able to convert starts.
Yeah.
A real feature of that series. Whole lot of sort of 30s and 40s and 20s and four
Nice,
buys,
take
free
those.
buys. Yep. It's almost worth it on those red ones just to leave it and see if it's going to be one of
Especially
those
the bowler of
big viable-
Harmison's pace
Yeah,
and
yeah,
bounce.
yeah. That's not going to be. Name one that actually. It's persisting with these short balls, Harmison. And again.
I say he'll be getting a bit of a short barrage.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, he comes
When
out.
he walks out there, Brett Lee is coming straight into the attack. Set from stun to kill. That's probably a joke in reasonably poor taste considering. Can happen. I don't know.
Wait.
I just couldn't believe when they went up for Kadic. It's like, are you serious? It's a wide ball, hit it out of the middle of the bat, just
Are you
straight to
suggesting
that
they
man.
shouldn't have appealed, or
Wait.
I'm suggesting that Big Ant Sports, whatever they want to call themselves, have an awful lot
Studios,
to
I
answer
believe.
for. And if, yeah, Big Ant Studios. So Big Ant. And if at any time this comes to your attention, got an awful lot of things I wouldn't mind saying if you want to get in touch.
Pissant Studios, as some people have written in?
Yeah, no, I would understand that sentiment. And not to say that they haven't put together a pretty decent cricket game, which they have, but Yeah, it's times like Kadich absolutely belting that square drive straight into the short gully's hands. It's just like, what is wrong with this game? What have they done? What have they done? So, yeah. Aerial route taken with Giles for the first time, and it's reaped dividends. Jason Gillespie, beautiful shot.
The double centurion gets the first 6 of the match.
Little doff of the helmet there to his more esteemed colleagues up in the Australian dressing room.
Giles on his 5 for 2, I just noticed.
Yeah, got a 5 for, yeah, great. Terrific. Well, I said I'd die before I gave it to him before tea, so hopefully, thankfully rather, I can remain alive.
Thank heavens. Oh, and
Nice.
again.
Beautiful. Getting up
Edging
towards that
towards
250.
Yeah.
Catch it!
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wow, over the top. Over the top for 4. And that's very, very, very rare. I don't know that I've ever seen that exact...
It's quite a realistic thing that happens in...
Yeah,
Yes,
100% from a
especially
tail
at this
ender,
pace.
especially. Yeah.
Oh,
Just one on the body there.
persisting with the short stuff.
Yeah, and it's finally coming right back into the body when it's been so offsidey and lulled into thinking it'll be there again. Oof, and again, not expertly played.
Not much with the bat, Kasparich.
Oh, little antagonistic message.
Yep.
Round number 1 fan.
2, run him out.
Either of you faced left arm spin before?
3.
Yeah, well, no, Giles has done fairly well. I'd have to concede, but that's the 250.
I mean, we've had he's
And-
had
and-
2 bullshit wickets. The leg slip.
Yeah,
and
as I
close
say, the
point.
Clark wicket with the leg slip and the Kadich wicket with the short gully.
I don't know why I'm on strike. We just ran 3. Oh, Harmison's last ball. Sorry, nice. And that one won't go over the top of the keeper's head. And 250 exactly is the mark. So I'd
Okay,
say
so
we're
that's
about
serviceable.
100 runs short.
100% we are, but it's reasonably serviceable. We have to bowl well. Ah, Kasparich finishes not out. Giles.
Little lull on the end of that.
5.
Question. Shannon C.
Ridiculous that Giles has taken 5 there. At 250, could have been worse considering we were 5 for 121, 6 for 133. That was when it was in danger. 6 for 133.
And Harmison 3 for 80 of 20. He's really bowled a gigantic amount of overs.
Tails contributed fairly strongly.
Flintoff obviously saving himself for the bat.
But no 50s in that innings, which is telling for Australia. Multiple starts, no 50s. Triscothic and Strauss.
Oh, you'll we
Kasparich
probably
should-
we'll
Yeah.
change. I'll change that to Brett Lee.
I'm pretty sure I'm on auto field here. Should be.
Here we go.
Little message there from Peasy Weezy 16. Just simply Giles with an exclamation mark.
in with.
Yeah. Okay.
Bowler!
It's not on auto field by the looks of
Oh,
it, Dom,
right.
since he's just
Okay.
standing
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Would
yeah,
you
yeah.
like to change that?
I will be. I'm just currently outside my room.
Please stand by.
So, seemingly, Peasy's thrown all of his eggs in the Giles basket for man of the match.
Well, I think he's forgetting about a Victorian spinner
Second
in our team.
innings, well, a Victorian spinner, yeah, 100%. Massively, especially in the England second innings. I feel like he'll come into his own. This Victorian spinner we speak of. But Justin Langer still with a bit to say.
How you going, Dom? You sorted?
Yeah, I'm sorted, yeah.
Wait!
Okay, their first little go on auto field there. The Australian fielders just fumbled. The crowd duly jeers. Good bumper there from Lee.
Wait!
Just received a private message from Pacey that I'll probably just wait to read out.
Right.
Yep!
Ooh, straight a little bit too straight there.
Keep up!
Two off the.
Yeah, okay, so they are auto fielding at least.
I think I'll finish up with a sort of. Yeah. Oh!
Ooh, beats the bat with the last one there. Just two from the opening Lee over.
Change of bowling. The captain is going into meeting.
Once again, Kaspavic is going to be handed
Really
the ball
wants
and
that
then
new
have to
ball.
quickly relinquish it. Jason Gillespie.
Wait!
Ooh.
Chooses to play that one into the packed cordon. Don't mind that.
Waiting! Bowler!
No one just played out there. I feel like I've also got a little private message that's
Possibly the same message, but with the names changed.
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah,
I didn't read mine out then.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to read mine either. Then I was like, hang on. I know what he's done here. Ingenious from him.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I saw through it straight away.
Wait!
Actually, it was
Lovely
what you
line.
said, Beards. It was what you said. It was the fact that I knew you'd had an earlier private message.
Mm.
And then I got a private message and was like...
Mm.
So our number one fan playing a few little mind games here.
I have a feeling he's...
Yep!
Catch that!
Oh, wow.
Somewhat barracking for England here. But hopefully we
Yeah,
can
in a
turn him.
way, yeah. Yeah,
Hopefully we
I
can
could
turn
see
him
that.
around. And that is ridiculous. That is...
Oh, it's an uppish edge and this new Duke's ball.
Would have
How's
thought
it just
would have thought
flown over
Ponting
the
is
top? Yeah.
diving towards that one. Could even be Langer there. I think it's Ponting.
No, too straight.
Causes him to go straight, but real big chance there early.
Yeah. Oh, catch that, Lee.
Just short of him.
My gosh. Harmison catches his, you know, where's the justice?
Yep.
Nice stroke.
Just the two in it. Get...
Oh, unbelievable.
Sometimes you see that they
Unbelievable.
don't take the bails off.
Yeah, I mean, fortunate.
Big offside gap
Depending on
here.
which
So
way
what
you
is
see
it?
it.
They want me to bowl sort of leg cutter into his body here. That's hit an
Catch
edge.
that. How was he? Come on. Got him! Come on! First wicket, Brett Lee. Gilchrist out of the action and first slip. I
Thank
think
God,
it was
first slip went across
Hayden,
there.
maybe? Either Hayden or Warren? Gilchrist just dives himself out of the
It's
action.
Warren first
And it's...
slip.
No, I knew it
it's
was Hayden. Yeah, weirdly it's Hayden.
Hayden, yeah. No, he was a good slipper, Hayden.
You'd think Warren would be in first, though. Oh, it's Langer, okay.
Langer, right.
Langer with a
Langer
similar
was rather
face
tall
to
there.
Hayden. Yeah, he did look a bit tall.
The early
It's
pace
strange
of
for him
Lee.
to be standing at first slip as well.
Tell you what, there are a few chances though, so they deserve that,
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah. 1 for 9. Wow.
Starting with an effort ball here.
Michael Vaughan leaves that one alone. English skipper out much earlier than he would have liked to be here. Now, have you got a message from Peasy then, or has he only sent one to me?
No, I haven't.
Right.
Lovely over. Let's see if Gillespie can find another edge here.
He said, "Great bowling, mate. Told you." And then I think upon realising it wasn't me bowling, he said, "Great catch, I mean." Good input from the #1 fan.
He's certainly added to the
He
fun
really
of the
has.
day.
He really has. Yeah.
Along with Richie. Ooh, takes all the
Blessed to have Richie among us once again. And as soon as he heard that this 2005 series was going to be restaged, he was sort of knocking on the spiritual door to come back and play his part.
lovely areas.
Pace off that one. playing shot after the shot into that packed cordon. Surely another edge coming before too long.
Great over. Maiden.
Lovely, Jason Gillespie.
Wait there.
Brett Lee's line and lengths been fairly immaculate here so far. You got junior Michael Pup Clark in that little short position. Shortish mid wicket.
Yep.
Oh,
big
entices
inside
the edge. Big inside edge.
Tell you what, they're pushing the second here, but
Oh, running away to fine leg and a direct hit. We're very close there. Bumper from Lee. England captain Vaughan ducks nicely underneath it. Leaves another one alone there for him. New little foot marks starting to appear. Closing stages of day one. I think we might give Casper a little go here. A replacement for Glenn McGrath. Took 3 wickets in the first innings of England in this match.
Decent bowler. Oof. Starts with
Leaves
a
that one alone. It's very wide. But
delivery. Plenty of swing.
allowed to go quite generously by the umpire there.
It's better.
Much tighter.
Waiting.
Would love another wicket before the close of play.
Sure would. And there's no one really there occasionally to might actually try this 05 line, I think, to the left-hander.
Wait there. Wait.
Getting a lot of exercise. Ricky Ponting at point. "15 overs remaining in the day."
He's not having a bar at me at the moment. Michael Vaughan.
Yeah, he's very prone to the leave, Forney.
Yeah.
Plays at that one.
Oh, jeez, tell you what.
Gets a
get it in.
very sharp single. One of those insta calls that they'll get away with the CPU that we never would have got away with in our innings with our sort of yes and they don't go kind of running.
Wait.
No run there. Sharp from Brett Lee, 159.8.
Yes. Catch him.
Who's on that?
Very uppish, but
big
it's
first boundary.
found the gap.
Marcus Trescothic, yeah, it's a little bit offline.
Wait there.
Small ball. Casper gets the right hand at the here. Another message from
Yes, I
That
got the
one
same
then.
one. I believe
Yeah.
he's
straight
consolidated
out
us into a
antagonism.
group.
Yeah. I think we might well have enough on the board in answer to
I
Peasy
think
Weezy
We're
16's
about
question.
40 runs short, I'd say.
Potentially, but I don't think it's going to be a hideous first innings total by any
No.
means.
But I'd rather be short in the first innings than have to bat last on
Yep.
what is a dry wicket.
Yep, definitely. Dry wicket, day 5, going to be real hell to bat on. Shane Warne's going to be unchanged at one end.
Pretty much. And, you know, with Lee's pace,
Yeah.
it's going to be very hard. Just hope there's no rain at any stage.
Willing to play that one. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too much of a factor here, the weather. Birmingham, notoriously rainy part of the world.
Yep.
As soon as you attack the stumps, they just pick straight up on it and work it out for a single.
Yes.
Tight run, that. Very tight run.
Yep. Catch it.
I think that taking the pace off and bowling it short.
Yeah, not
Served
not
it up
the
on a
right thing
plate.
to do. Not the right thing to do on this pitch, I wouldn't have thought. On reflection, yeah, it's a dog's breakfast, that over.
I think I can give him one more. He's been bowling well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. But his stamina is dropping a bit. Oh,
Didn't like
that's a
green.
gem.
Good ball. Good. Very good ball.
Susie asking fan question there, which I'll get to shortly. He said, what are your tactics when bowling pace? Personally for me, it's all about consistency, finding that right line, that right length, and just trying to keep it there, pressuring the batsman. And patience. Patience is the biggest tool you can use in this game. I also like to mix up the lengths. And just keep it hovering around that off-stump line. I think that's all you could really hope for. Look for that edge.
Definitely the off-stump line. Subtle variations of pace, not massive variations, just subtle ones.
I'll tell you what, it's probably just going over.
I think it was a little edge, to be honest, but apart from that, there was nothing wrong with it. But it's a good ball. Top ball from Lee. Oh, it clashes the play and miss. And Vaughan.
Yeah, well
yeah,
over.
that off stump
Just
or outside off stump line.
Too much bounce
really
on this
got a
pitch.
sort of nag on. But I think with about 12 or 13 overs left in the day, around about time for the trump card to be introduced.
Coming on to bowl.
Nice bowling.
I'm wondering if those messages come up in the stream.
I wouldn't think they do.
I would change this field. I don't think you need 4 slips in.
Yep, yep.
Oh, how's he played through that cordon? That's ridiculous.
It's the computer. They're not going to have any issues.
At least he saved that. If you or I was fielding that, no chance of saving 4. And got the right hander, thankfully. Gonna persist with this field.
I mean, silly mid off, silly mid on. I'd probably put in, but probably doesn't matter
true,
too much.
yeah.
You're looking for the wicket, like looking to hit the stumps.
Yep. Oh, catch that,
I don't know how that's carried through.
Oh.
Wait.
Pretty eventful over from Warren so far.
I didn't see the full extent of that message, but I think I know where it was going.
An interesting point you raised, Ree. Does it come up in this stream or not? You'd have to think
Yes,
not,
nice
surely,
bowling.
but interesting.
Yeah, I think he just. I'm not going to bring any animosity between us. That's a great over.
Oh, don't know how he's
Actually,
left that one.
I'm
Going
tempted
back
to
the
bring
stumps.
Michael Clark on for a few at some stage.
Yeah,
Close
yeah,
round
yeah.
out the
Don't
day.
mind that.
I think Lee stays on here. He's
Yeah. Bowling superbly, 1 for 13 or 5.
Yes.
great shot.
Got one away.
There's nothing wrong with the ball.
No, it's a great shot. Marcus Triscothic. One to watch here. He got 90 in their first innings.
Right. See, so immediately that tells me he likes it a bit shorter, so I'm going to pop one up there a bit fuller.
Yeah, I like that.
Test. Okay, he's sussing it out now, I think.
Right, yeah.
Oh!
Oh, another play and miss. It's either Hayden or Langer behind the umpire there. Hard to tell which one, as they share the same face.
Right there.
Thankfully, we've received word from
Yeah.
Casey that it doesn't. So,
Does make sense, to be honest, that it wouldn't. Good hostile bowling from Lee. Oh, plays and misses
Plenty
again,
through him.
Trescothick. When do they get an edge? Gotta ask.
Yep.
It's one of those times there where the spin input just for no good reason.
I'd
Goes
spread the
booked.
field a touch because there's just insanity giving them this many
Yeah.
gaps. They go to balance like a ring field with one
yeah.
slip in. Yeah, it's much better. They still got that huge gap through the offside, but you sort of want to entice him to go for that.
Right there.
Ooh, a little bit uppish that. Don't mind seeing that at all. No, too wide. Let it go, but it's far too wide. Oh!
And I shudder to think that went to that slip cordon, but I think it would have been short
I
regardless.
think it would have been short, yeah.
One looking very dangerous though. This is on a day one wicket.
Oh, exactly. Get a few more days on the wear over this.
Yeah, stamina's still good. I'm going to keep him on. Vaughan's the big wicket. We would love to get him early.
Yeah.
Wait there.
So they're not going to send out a night
Get in
watchman.
there.
It'd be funny if they did.
Yeah, it really would.
Yep.
Cut that one away as
Decided
well.
late. Decided late to get it.
Yeah, just get there. One for 40. Leaves that one alone. What's nothing to do with it?
Waiting.
does not want to be tempted outside the off stump.
He
here.
really
Michael
doesn't.
Vaughan.
So disciplined, Michael Vaughan. Nothing to do with it. MV the skipper. Oh,
Good line.
wow. It's just like he knows. He knows when it's not quite coming into him, and he knows he can leave it.
That's gone up.
Catch it.
Oh my God.
Gilly.
What's he doing?
Oh, Gilly. Fuck me, that was close.
To be fair to them, Trent Jones dropped a couple, so it's a little bit of karma, but it's gone straight up.
Waiting.
Gone straight up. I don't quite know what he's doing.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
Oh, so
I mean, it would have been a
uppish,
ripper,
that.
but oh,
Oh, on the other end, and he was out.
keep it there, Warnie.
Dying embers.
Sensing something coming.
Day one. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, and again a little
another
edge.
edge. Jeez.
Yep.
Oh,
Too wide.
okay. So
It's
right.
punished.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely punished, yeah. So ready for it after he's been squashed for the better part of that over.
Change of bowling.
Block
The
that
captain
out.
is going with the spinner.
Not even going to bother reading out that last message from our supposed number one fan, Peasy Weezy. He's really turned on us here.
Waiting.
Good start, MJ Clark.
Wait.
I've got to set that balance field.
Just Gothic, just chugging along beautifully on 17 off 40 odd. Love a wicket here, Australia. Still trailing by 205. Ah, a lot of lulls being sent through by our number one fan. There's always a sign of antagonism for those unaccustomed.
Looks like they're ready to shut up shop for the day. So let's see if we can't tempt them into
Not many
a
more to come.
false drive here.
Wait.
House just insta.
Oh! And direct
Direct hit
gone.
and he's gone. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Uppish again there.
Yes.
That's gone up. Oh.
Oh,
It's coming, Bourke. It's coming. Just keep it there. One will pop. One will pop.
Right there. Yes. Keeper.
They very rarely reward spinners for short bowling. I don't know.
It wasn't even short, it was just on a good length. And he's just sort of... I mean, I was bowling full before that. That one's supposedly on a good length.
Right, yeah, just looked a touch shorter. That's it.
Catch it. Oh,
my
God.
God. What
are
is
they
he doing?
Yeah, so many of them.
I thought that went straight into his gloves. It was a huge edge.
So many
Atrocious
edges
ball.
going behind there. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Worst ball he's bowled.
Wait.
Fucking hell, it's coming. Come on, we just want one more wicket for the day's over.
Not too far away. Not too far away at all, this wicket.
Waiting.
Beautiful.
Wait.
Very wristy shot from Michael Vaughan there.
Yeah, interesting shot.
Oh. Bowling.
Just straight bat that time Vaughan. Very watchful.
Wait there.
So we've had Gillies less than stellar work behind the wicket. Off the bowling of Shane Warne in particular in this innings. We see a pretty nicely grouped Michael Clark over there.
And a maiden.
And hopefully Gilly can just kind of redeem himself here.
Waiting.
Beautiful spot that from Warne. Actually, I wouldn't mind going a bit benchal here, considering there's no footmarks.
What?
That's the area. Should just be a single.
And that'll get the right-hander on strike, which is much more preferable. Little leggy.
Yeah. Catch.
Taking him on.
Interesting.
Wow.
At the end of the day.
Very interesting. 'Cause there's nothing wrong with that ball. Absolutely nothing.
I'd put it in the exact same spot.
Wait.
Wasn't meant to, weirdly. why it's pulled that down.
Waiting.
Tosses that one up. Approaching the close of play here.
That
And I
is
think
the
that
close
is
of
the
play.
close of play.
So
Yep.
he's hit a 4 off
Yeah, very
Great last
interesting
ball.
choice of shot from the England captain off one of the last balls of the day there to take Shane Warne on. But
Well, they did manage to get 1 wicket.
got them along to 1 for 53. So a bit of work to be done by Australia on day 2.
An enthralling test, though, might I say. Very keen to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Tomorrow's
Brett
day of
Lee
play.
with the wicket. With a wicket that, for Australia's sake, definitely needed to be taken at none for 53. It would be quite an imposing position. But as it stands, if they were to take a couple of quick wickets and get in amongst them, still quite evenly poised.
Well, I guess that'll be us signing off for today. Hopefully see you tomorrow.
Yep, for day 2.